And now it's time to hear from our graduation speaker, Mr. Tad Montross. It is a privilege and an honor to introduce him today. Mr. Montross is Chairman and CEO of General Re Corporation. He began his career with General Re in 1978 as a casualty facultative underwriter. Since then, Tad has held a number of positions of increasing responsibility, both in the U.S. and internationally. In 1992, he was promoted to Chief Underwriter for the treaty business. In 2001, he became a member of General Re's Executive Committee and the group's President and Chief Underwriting Office in 2005 officer. And in 2008, he was appointed Chairman and CEO. Tad is a graduate of Harvard College. He has served on the board of the directors of the National Disaster Coalition and on the advisory committee of the Chicago Board of Trade. He has also served as a board member of the Insurance Information Institute. Currently, he is the Secretary-Treasurer of the Reinsurance Association of America. He has made presentations worldwide on reinsurance and industry-related issues. Until recently, he was a member of the Financial Services Advisory Committee. He is also on the Executive Committee of the Board of the School of Risk Management at St. John's University and the Executive Committee of the Board of Trustees of the American Institute for CPCU. I asked Mr. Montross to speak today because I am incredibly inspired by his story. While his various titles and career success are incredibly impressive, that is not what is most unique about him. We live in a free agent world today in our careers. The time horizons that we envision for ourselves seem to grow smaller and smaller. You get in and you get out. Make as much as you can and leave the mess for someone else to clean up. And the real truth is, boys, it takes time to build something. It takes time to build a career. More time than a lot of people want to give. Longevity, steadfast commitment, working one's way up through the ranks, creating something that is truly yours. These are the traits of a successful adult. They are not as common as they once were. Hopefully, they will be again someday. Tad Montross is a remarkable man. He is generous with his time and wisdom. I'm blessed to know him as a friend, and it is with great pleasure that I introduce him as our graduation speaker.
Thanks, Chiz. Unfortunately, I will not be able to match Chiz's sexy voice here this morning. It is an absolute honor to address the class of 2012. I realize you guys are dying to take your blazers off, you all have sunglasses and your ties off, and start celebrating, so I'll be brief with my remarks. Our eldest son, Whit, graduated from Salisbury with the class of 2010, and he now loves the University of Colorado in Boulder. Our second son, Scott, is seated out there with the class of 2012. And while he doesn't have his diploma quite yet, I take it as a good sign that Chiz asked me to speak today. But it's another reason I will be brief. When Chiz invited me to give the commencement speech, I was flattered but uncertain. Upon reflection, I realized it was a wonderful opportunity to thank each one of you, Scott's brothers, your teachers, Chiz, and the board for the opportunity to be part of the Salisbury community. I feel like a stepbrother, or maybe a second uncle to the Salisbury family. Community is the attribute that makes Salisbury so special. I'm not implying that all of you are best friends, but there is a sense of genuine respect and support that is pervasive. Don't let go. Stay a part of this community. You're probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? I want to pack up the car and get out of here. I'm done. I want my diploma. But in a divided, partisan, complex world, being a member of the Salisbury community will be an advantage throughout your life. Nurture that relationship. Send Dutch a check once a year. And more importantly, keep in touch with your brothers. I went to St. Paul's School, and to this day, my best friends were made in my 4 years there. If I have a regret, it is that I have not stayed more involved. But I have sent a check every year since 1974. Salisbury has a reputation as a jock school, a reputation which I think is undeserved or mistaken. Yes, Salisbury sports teams have triumphed, often winning division titles, which is the genesis for the reputation. The reality is that every school has access to the same students. Peter Gilbert and his admissions team are amazing, but I don't think the answer is in student access or selection. I think Salisbury's secret ingredient is leadership. It starts with Chiz and is reinforced throughout the faculty and coaching staffs. And it is nurtured day in and day out in the classroom, in the dorm, and on the playing field. Leadership isn't just who's elected captain of the lacrosse or the football team. It's about how one chooses to live one's life. I would like to share a couple of leadership attributes or aspirations that I think will make you successful at whatever you wish to do. Honesty. We all make mistakes, lots of them. Admitting to them and taking responsibility for them is leadership. Integrity. Your reputation is your most sacred possession. Warren Buffett, testifying before a congressional hearing on the Solomon Brothers' problems, I'm going to lose my speech here. In the 1980s, explained his message to employees. Lose money for the firm, and I will be understanding. Lose one shred of reputation, and I will be ruthless. He's also famous for his New York Times test. I want employees to ask themselves whether they are willing to have any contemplated act appear the next day on the front page of their local paper, to be read by their spouses, children, and friends, with reporting done by an informed and critical reporter. But the true test of integrity is how we act even when we know no one else is watching. Empathy. Listening to others and understanding their positions and attitudes is a critical leadership skill. And a piece of advice, remember, you can always call someone a jerk the following day. You can also send that email or text the following day. Let your emotions subside before you react. Pride. Be proud of your accomplishments, but never arrogant. I like to refer to it as having a quiet confidence. Commitment. The quality of the commitments you make to family, friends, and the commitment that you make to the aspirations in your life will define both your happiness and your success. Principles. And lastly, develop a set of principles that you live by. We can easily be overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of data that exists today, the complexity of many products and choices. Having a set of fundamental principles to rely on will help you avoid making a lot of mistakes. I have one simple principle that I fall back on a lot. I won't invest or put a transaction on Gen Re's balance sheet if I don't understand it. If someone can't explain to me in very simple terms a risk, I just say, no thanks. And it's one of the hardest things to do, particularly when everyone else is doing something. But if you don't understand the risk, it's the only smart thing to do. And that applies to many facets of life. Honesty, integrity, empathy, pride, commitment, and a guiding set of principles. They are not the values you will see on the reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But if you embrace these values, if you live by these values, you will bring good to the world. You are leaders, Be proud of your accomplishments here on the hilltop, and be excited about your opportunities. We are. Gentlemen, good luck.